Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to the monthly love reading for singles for April 2019. Now Sagittarius, I have pre-shuffled your cards. For my regular loyal subscribers, you'll know that I normally do weekly love readings. I haven't been able to bring them to you lately. Mercury retrograde just completely whitewashed all my laptop and phone, so all pre-recorded videos that I had were gone. So I'm going to do a monthly spread for you. I know it's the 11th of the month, so bear with me. I'm going to have a look at what's been and what's coming. Quick channel update. Healing Dove Tarot just had its first birthday. Yay! 1 year on YouTube. That's just crazy to me. It feels like just yesterday, but at the same time, like I've been doing this for you guys forever. So thank you for all of your support. As a thank you from me, I am doing a discounted reading special for the month of April. So if you're interested, get in quick because I only have a few spots left. In terms of astrology, we've just had a new moon in the sign of Aries. Now, we all celebrate January as the new year, but truly the new year starts from an astrology point of view in Aries season, which was on the 5th of April. So if you felt like Mercury retrograde was tough in March, then you should have felt a shift come through. I certainly did. What's interesting though is we've now had Jupiter going retrograde. This is massive for you because obviously it's your ruling planet. Jupiter goes retrograde every 13 months for a period of about 3 to 4 months. So this started on the 10th of April and will continue until the 11th of August. What does it mean? Well, basically, whenever Jupiter goes retrograde, it's not like Mercury, okay? It's more of a chance for us to realign to life purpose, okay? It's not as intense, it's not as quick, it's a longer term readjustment. It is a time where we won't suffer fools, where we won't tolerate drama, where we'll cut through the BS to try and find what it is that we need to help us to move forward. And you know, you guys know it's a really big year for you having Jupiter in your sign. It's like a Saturn return for Capricorns. It's massive in terms of energy. And if you haven't seen your yearly reading, like maybe go back and have a look at that and see the energies that I've kind of mentioned that will be coming through. This month is no exception, okay? And what I see on the board is probably the best reading that I've done so far for April. So let's get stuck into it, hey? At the bottom of the deck, you have the card of Scorpio, death, rebirth. What was I saying about Jupiter going retrograde? For those that are single, it's really about an overhaul when it comes to love. You've been doing a lot of deep kind of inner work, subconscious work, trying to figure out, you know, who you are and what it is that you want to achieve so that you can be the winner. I'm pretty sure that was the title for your annual video as well. It was all about winning and achievement, okay? The card of death doesn't mean a literal death. It can do that depending on other cards that are around it. But what I see for you is a death of the way things were. You have some really interesting cards here. You have a card of resurrection. I feel like someone from your past could be coming back for a second chance. And if that is the case, I feel like it'll be successful. This will be someone that you know of already and would have already reached out. I feel like you would have already had communication. They probably reached out during the Mercury retrograde. And I say this because look at these two cards and they came out separately, one by one, the Lovers and the frickin' Two of Cups side by side. So the Lovers in traditional tarot was known as the card of choice, right? So it was like a choice between two options. It's changed over the years and it's taken on the major arcana of the Lovers. It's like let's say, I don't want to say positive or negative because I don't believe that there's positive or negative, there just is. But let's say the positive version of the devil, right? It's like two people in harmony. It's often seen as the twin flame card. Coupled with the Two of Cups, this is definitely a divine union coming in. Or coming back, I should say, because right next to it you have the Judgment with the Ten of Wands. So Judgment speaks about reconciliation, phoenix rising from the ashes, rebirth, right? Death and rebirth, and next to it is the Ten of Wands. So it could be a relationship that just didn't work last time, broke down, potentially with a water sign because you have a King of Cups here, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe a Scorpio, again, I've already mentioned that, maybe a Gemini, and maybe a fellow Sagittarius. You could be Sag to Sag. Regardless of the signs, it's a general reading, but the energy is more speaking about some fated connection where the universe is like, no, you need to come back. And it could be to come back to learn a lesson, although I'm not seeing the Wheel of Fortune or any of the kind of karmic cards, and I don't feel it's like that. What I feel for you is this is someone coming back that you're meant to realign with again, because I feel like you've done a lot of inner work, not them, you. Yeah, because you have at the center of your reading 8 of Cups. For some of you, you know, a reconciliation doesn't always mean that you reconcile and you move forward together. Sometimes you come back together to actually understand why things fell apart in the first place. Like, why did it get to this point when there was so much love there, you know? And often in relationships, that can be a really hard thing for anyone to try and understand. I don't know which video I was giving this analogy to or this breakdown to, but you know, something that I see a lot in any of the coaching that I do and a lot of the mentoring kind of stuff that I do is that people forget when they come together as a couple and they come together in this beautiful harmony, the reason why they come together and their spiritual reason is because they're vibing at the same level. You know, when you're just like, oh, you like that? I like that. That's so cool. You like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? So do I. That's all I eat every day. You know, it's that kind of like, no, shut up. No, you don't like that too. How do you like that? How did you read that book? You know, it seems like everything's like aligned because it is in that moment, because it was meant to be in that moment. That's what these 2 cards represent, right? But what happens is you don't always stay in that same vibration. You change. That's where energy ebbs and flows. That's why when you have a tarot reading, what I can see now on the board can change the very next day because you have free will and choice, right? It's the same with relationships. So who you were 3 years ago, 8 years ago is a very different person to who you are today, okay? And I feel like you've done a lot of the inner work. And they have too, you know, both people do, both people change and grow. And that's why you're being brought back together again. This is definitely a soul union, okay? I feel like soulmates gets overused, particularly in tarot and particularly on YouTube. But I feel like I like soul union because it's someone that you've had past life connection with before that just knows you. It's indescribable kind of feeling. What's cool is you have the Ace of Swords here, the clarity of truth. I love the illustration in this deck. Like, it's just so clear. It's like, shing, like that full, like, King Arthur pulling out of the rock kind of thing. So clear. I keep getting this noise in my head that I just tried to replicate for you. That was terrible. I'm not going to do voiceovers, okay? It's not my thing. But it's like this clarity comes through that you get about this relationship or this person. And if you're watching this, cross-watching for a Sag that you've kind of reconnected with, that you're trying to have a resurrection with, then it looks really positive, okay? King of Cups here, and then you've got the 3 of Wands. This is looking towards the future together. Now, you do have the 8 of Cups at the center, so maybe, as I said to you, for some of you, again, it's a general reading, you could reconnect only to then emotionally close that door and that chapter. And if you do, you'll close it around about the 19th at the full moon in Libra, because it won't be what you need in terms of balance. Just as I say Libra, I pull the King of Swords on the Lovers card, on the Gemini card. So Libra, Gemini, quite strong. Wow. Definitely twin flame energy, because I have 2 of Cups and I have the 4 of Wands on the 2 of Cups. Judgment, so mentally moving away. 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Yeah, you had your heart broken by whatever this situation was. 3 more cards, please, Eddie. Cancer, Virgo. Sorry, that's my poor shuffle. Ironically, though, that's the Death card again, a repeating message. If it's meant for you, it will come out again. 1 more card, please, on this 3 of Wands. Where is this going? Thank you. 4 of Swords. Okay. Where is it going? Nowhere. So, Libra, again, justice coming up. Justice to be served. And ironically, underneath that, King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like if it's not an air sign that's coming back through, again, it's like a trump of this clarity that you're getting about this connection. It could very well be twin flame energy. Okay, look at this. 2 of Cups and 4 of Wands together is definitely a twin flame card, okay? Like, it's not, for those of you that believe in that and hold that belief, definite kind of energy here this month coming back in. And you've got the card of Chariot here again. This is another twin flame card for me. Yin and yang, black and white. And that's what I mean by saying reconciliation with someone from your past. It may be that you reconcile, but you don't necessarily get back together. Even though I have the Two of Cups and the Four of Wands on here for showing me the potential, what I see is the energy as you're leaving, going into like May, is the Three of Wands with the Four of Swords in the reverse. So it's like coming out of a stagnation or a period of reflection, and it's right underneath the Hermit, which is on the Eight of Cups. So it's like you've done the inner work, you've gone in, you've done the spiritual work, you've had the spiritual journey, and maybe now you've leveled up, you've evolved, you've ascended, and you're able to see things clearer. For those that don't hold that belief, then I feel like, you know, you've done a lot of healing work on yourself from whatever this heartbreak was, because it absolutely shattered you, Sagittarius. You know, I've got the Ten of Wands here with the Three of Swords. I can see that. I could see that already. I'm pretty sure I said that already about how I felt like this connection really broke you down. Seven of Wands on the King of Cups. Could feel like this person has a lot of competition. You know, the King of Cups is not my player card. So I see this energy as more romantic, giving, you know, does a lot of sweet things. And I feel like because of that, they are quite charming and a lot of people are interested in them. Could be a Cancer as well. I think I've already said that. But it's either way, it's going to play out in two. There's two very clear pictures here. One, you reconcile to come back together to understand why it didn't work, and then you emotionally and mentally move on. Eight of Cups, Six of Swords, right? From the heartbreak, from the hurt, and then you're able to move forward and start a new future without this person and draw in the right person for you, which I see coming already in May. I can feel the energy. For others of you, it's a reconciliation to try again, okay? You've got the card of Judgment here, and you've got the Six of Swords, which this is a great combination. You know, people often ask, will we get back together? This is the kind of stuff that you want to see, because for me, this speaks about actually making the conscious effort for both of you. There's two people in this boat, right? For both of you to mentally move on from whatever the pain was. And that's never an easy thing to do. That's why a lot of people don't advise going back to your ex, because, you know, if things haven't changed, if they haven't changed, if they haven't done a lot of inner work, if you haven't done a lot of inner work, then it's not going to work. All the works. But you've got the Hermit here, which is a deeply spiritual card. It does represent Virgo. It also represents going within to find the enlightenment, to find the truth, to connect to source, to try and figure out who you are, what you want, and where you're going, so you can move forward with clarity, right? Intense. Told you it was going to be intense. It's all this death and rebirth. But justice is here. Justice is going to be served. It's going to go in your favor, okay? And, you know, at the very least, it could just be that you get an apology from someone for treating you poorly, and that's all you need so you can move forward. Wow. And as if you needed another card. You know, I said before I don't like to use the term because it's overused, but this is the card of soulmates. Six of Cups. Simply love. And boom, I opened it straight up. Definitely your message, Sagittarius. Innocence, nostalgia, kindness, and children. People often fondly remember the innocence of youth as a time when life seemed simpler. This card is a call to action to bring that innocence and energy into the present and into your relationships. As much as you can, interact with others from a pure and open heart, full of love and free of ulterior motives. Do this and you'll find that your relationships will deepen and require far less effort. When you reminisce about your past, bring back only the happy memories and cherish them. Kindness and generosity are at the forefront when this card appears. Look for ways to help family and friends, especially children. Reach out to them and assist them in any way you can. Sometimes just a bit of attention is all that someone needs. Where kindness prevails, relationships flourish. And if you're hoping to become pregnant or adopt a child, this is a positive sign. Whew, there you go. Although I'll be honest, I don't see pregnancy or adoption coming through, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, okay? Definitely a time for reconnection, as I said, for kindness, maybe to accept an apology. For some of you, it's reconciling to move forward, and for some of you, it's reconciling to move forward alone and into something better. Either way, it looks really positive. I'm very excited for you. I can't wait to read your comments. Please hit me up right in the comments below because this is quite an interesting reading. Enjoy the next couple of weeks of April, and I'll be back with you in May. I wish you much love and light. Take care.